Hey everybody, it's your girl Bunny. To all of my returning subscribers, hey, how you doing? And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Kick your feet up, subscribe to this family-friendly channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any posts. Also follow me on Instagram at the same profile name so you don't miss the sneak peeks of what's coming up next. In this video, it's the Model 1's Polygel Starter Beginner Kit. Okay, I've seen so many videos on YouTube of people saying it's so easy and you can do it, but they do their nails every day. They pros, right? And then I see all of these reviews on Amazon. I don't know who to trust. Who can I trust? Me, that's who. So I'm gonna order it with my own money, and I did it. I filmed it to see, did they lie? We gonna see, child. I got the video. It's coming up next. Now, this is a movie and television show recap channel, but I just had to add this personal interest to my DIY and health and beauty playlist. So I received the Model 1 package. Okay, it was packaged very well. I like the black and all the other stuff. As soon as I opened it, I saw that it was packaged pretty well, and it has the Polygel and the instructions right at the top because I'm gonna need that. I have an idea of how to prepare natural nails, but when it comes to the polygel stuff, this is fresh. We are learning this fresh from the top, y'all. So I got the set that had the LED UV lamp that is of a wattage that a lot of the pros that do polygel, they recommend 48 watt and higher to make sure it's that type of heat that can cure it. And it does have the 30, 60, 90 buttons, and the bottom is really clean and nice, so I'm gonna put that to the side. And also there's a bag with all of the contents, and we're gonna go through there just to have a little checklist to make sure everything's included. And then we have all of the polygel colors with the base and top coat on the side, and we're gonna go over all of the colors in just a minute, but we're gonna go over the contents first to make sure everything is concluded. Now, I did notice that the tubes are very small, and I have very little hands, you guys. I'm 5 feet tall, and this was the same size as my finger. So I guess they're just giving you a little bit to get the hang of it, and maybe they don't want you to have too much. But there's the top coat and the base included. So to the side, I have everything listed of what should be included. So I'm just gonna go through the bag just to make sure. So if it's some stuff missing, I'm gonna make sure to go on Amazon and be like, well, first of all, I'm missing this. So always make sure that all of your supplies are there. So I'm just emptying everything out and just going down the line, making sure everything is included. So far so good. Has some nice little glitter and jewels that you're gonna add, which is cool, but I'm gonna wait because I ain't got to that level yet. But there's also this nail art tool that can help you to grab those little jewels if you decide to do so. Okay, dip that in. All right. Also, we have the files. They give you two, and they have different grits. I think it's the 100 over 180. One side is a little bit more coarse than the other, and one of the fingernail files has this spongy kind of feel to it. I know there's preferences. You get me a little nail clipper, and there's a little brush. So after you file, you kind of dust that off like bow, bow, bow. And you also have here, which is very important, you have this brush set duo, which has a brush, which is to brush off excess polygel, like a little float. And there's the brush on that side and has that little protective plastic at the top. I like that because it keeps it nice and tidy. And this little scoop thing, if you prefer to scoop off the polygel. So I'm going to see what my preference is in a minute because I don't know. But we're going to put that to the side. And we have some wonderful rejuvenating cuticle oil because that's really, really, really important. After you've put so much chemical on your hands, you want to make sure that you rejuvenate your cuticles and give it the moisture that it needs. Now, we have some dual forms, you guys, that are included, but I'm going to do the TIK TOK method. But they include some dual forms that have more of a curvature and also dual forms that are flat. So I haven't got to that level yet. When I looked at the dual forms, they looked a little complex, but I'll use that in the future. As soon as I learn how to do it, with this TikTok method just to see what's easier. And I'm just showing you the difference of one's more curved and one's more flat. Now, what's not included is this Model 1's dehydrator and primer kit. This is what's needed, I feel, to protect your natural nails. I always keep my hands nice and manicured, whether I have on false nails or not. Oh, and there's your little cuticle thingy that's included as well. So I don't know what that's called, but it's in there. And I'm just showing you the lamp with all of the settings, 30, 60, and 90. Just showing you how that looks there. And let's see what's next. Okay, so I'm just going step by step by this Poly Nail Gel Kit. And they stress that you need to prepare your natural nails. Number 1, washing them, clipping them, making sure that you push your cuticle back, making sure that you get rid of dead skin, that you're filing your nails to your liking, you're using your little brush included, and you're getting rid of the excess dust, and preferably you can use something to separate it. So what's first, after I prepared my nails, I did all of those steps, okay? Now I put on the base coat, because the base coat is what's going to give it that sticky protection layer. All right. And I'm going to cure it as instructed. And it has that little clock at the top, which is convenient, right? And letting you know what you've pressed. So it said 30. So I'm just going to cure that for 30 seconds for both hands. What's next? We're not using the dual forms. I'm going to sit that to the side. I'm going to use that next time when I have a better idea of, when I become more of a pro with this. Now, I have another video that I'll pin in the comments where you can actually get press-on nails that are thick that, make it more manageable for you to do polygel. And I'm going to use that as my base to make it easier to use polygel. I won't have to worry about shaping it because it's already in the shape that I want. I got all my nails that match my natural size nails, and I'm getting all of the colors out because we're going to cure these and we're going to see how they look. And they also all covered, which I like. And I just peel all of those off. And I'm just going to dab and get all the different colors. Now, depending on your screen and your computer and all that good stuff, the colors vary just a little bit when it comes to that pink and apricot picture. And the white and all those colors are cool. But when I get to that darker pink, I was like, it's all right. And since I'm giving so little, I decided to go with that color, the far end color. And it pretty much matches, what's on Amazon. I turned off the light so you can see kind of like the natural color. And it's pretty accurate. It's just the apricot that's just slightly a little lighter than what's online. So I'm going to use that. We're going to test run this, y'all. Well, I'm praying. Look, I'm cheap, okay? And it's nothing worse than wasted. So we gonna pray, Lord, let this work, because I ain't got, money like that to where I'm just throwing stuff away. Okay, anywho, so I'm gonna try this TikTok method that I've been seeing on Instagram as well. What you're supposed to do is, which makes it super easy instead of using the dual forms or creating them yourself, is putting a nice little dot on your finger, all right? And you're gonna press the fake nail down just like how you do press on nails with glue. You do that. But before we do that, we have to put the base coat inside of the nail and cure it, because what that's gonna do is it's gonna make the adherence even stronger. So also, I'm going to pull out a little bit of that slip solution that comes with it. And look, the polygel is not moving. It's not going to move till I say it's going to move. I do something to it. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of this slip solution out, because we're going to need that to guide the polygel. Because the polygel, from what the book was saying, can be a little sticky. So when it's sticky, we're going to use that so it can have slippage. All right. So I'm putting that to the side if I need it. So here we go, y'all. This is unedited. I want to see how it worked. So we just gonna press it on just like it's nail glue with like press on nails. And I'm like, oh crap, here we go. So I'm just grabbing it, starting at the base, and at an angle, I press it down. Not hard, but just kind of lightly just to spread it. And it just went straight down, y'all. It worked. And you want to kind of hold it in place to make sure there's no air bubbles or anything. And now with the excess polygel, we're going to get the brush and just kind of push it up gently against the nail. I made sure not to edit any of this, okay? Because I wanted y'all to see the real struggle. So the goal is to add the polygel to where it's thin enough, but not too thin. Basically just to fill in that area of nail. So in other words, we're just making sure that you can't see through the nail, right? So we just want to basically have that color of the polygel to be the base of the nail. And I'm just making sure it's just evenly dispersed at the bottom. And then I kind of learned, okay, wait a minute. Me pulling it and dragging it, I'm like, wait a minute, this is not nail polish. How about I just flip it over? What I'm doing now is just getting a little bit more polygel so it can be a little thicker, because I can see through, where I can see through it. We don't want to see through it. So I'm just like realizing like, dang, it's becoming more of a mess when I'm wiping it like it's fingernail polish. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's not fingernail polish. And I remembered a lot of people just pat the polygel. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm just kind of getting the flow of it. I'm kind of getting the sense of like, oh, okay. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. You just got to kind of get used to how it's going to spread. So this is what I'm going through now. I'm just like, oh, okay. And I'm just getting like excess polygel so it doesn't get to the other side. And I'm just patting it back in place. See? And I'm like, oh, I get it. So now that I got the little hang of it, of how to move it around, I'm like, okay, we in business. Okay, I get it. Don't wipe, but pat. Move it in place and then pack it onto the nail. And I'm just getting access because, I'm a perfectionist. Okay, and we didn't spend some money that we could have used on something else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just fast forwarding this because I'm understanding like, okay, we're getting it to where we can't see through. Okay. And I'm just patting it in there, and it's so easy, y'all, but I was just going so slow, making sure I was doing it right. It was so easy. It was like had the consistency of like honey a little bit. Like it was just kind of like where it was very manageable. I'm just packing it in to make sure I can't see through, to make sure I can't see through the nail to the other side. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I'm doing. And I'm packing that in there. And I'm like, oh, this is nothing. Okay. Making sure it's nice and thin. I can't see through it. The color is filling the nail. And I'm like, after a while, removing my thumb, I'm like, wait, I don't have to press it. It's staying in place. It wasn't moving around or nothing. So now I just got to cure it. And I cured it for the amount of time it says it was cured. I think it was 60 seconds. I just referred to the book. And now we just need to get the slip solution, and it instructed me to wipe off the sticky layer. And y'all, look at that. That nail is set. Do you hear me? Did we just go to the salon and they did one finger? What? I'm going to do the same process with the rest of the nails. Look at that. It's hard. It's just like a nail. Like, it looks like a natural nail with just like something on the top to protect my natural long nail that's been manicured. Look at that. I'm not even finished. We haven't added a top coat. We haven't filed. Look at that. That's on there. That's hard. And I pressed it to make sure, okay, is it going to pop off or no? But no, that's on there. That is on there. I'm going to do it I'm like, oh, yes, period. So I'm going to add the base to the rest of those nails and cure them to the fake nails. And I'm just showing you I'm doing that same process with the pinky. And then I had an epiphany like, hold up. I'm left-handed and I don't want to do my entire right hand and get too cocky. So I just did this pinky nail, cured that, and was like, okay, I'm going to start with my non-dominant hand and make sure that side is fresh to death before I get too crunk. So I'm just doing the same thing with this pinky one. With my dominant hand, which is my left hand. Look at that. Same process. Thebomb.com. I'm like, oh, I got cocky now. Like, oh, this is nothing. So I did my left hand. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Now, I know you can see my natural nail through there, but I didn't know it was going to be that light of a apricot or peach or whatever. Look at that. Look at that. What? Y'all, it's nice and thin on the bottom. Now, a lot of people buy a drill because I think that applies to whatever method that you have. I'm just getting this file out. There's really not much that I have to do because I used false nails. I think it's Mari Cart nails. I'll make sure to put the link down there, y'all. But all I had to do was pretty much buff the sides and the top. I used the one that had the more of the softer side because there really wasn't anything to really buff. Now, if you do it to where you're creating, I think, the polygel nail from scratch, or you're using the dual forms, there's more to file and saw down because you're creating a nail from scratch. With this method, I just had to get rid of just the little hiccups here and there. There's that little brush I'm using to just get rid of a little dust, just a little filing dust, comes in handy. So that sponge file didn't come with it. But I got that set, I think, at the dollar store. It's like $4 for $1. And I'm just wiping off the shine layer at the top. You do not have to do this part. But I'm just removing the shine off of it just so that top coat can really pop when we cure it. That's all I did. And I got this top coat, and I'm showing y'all what it looks like. I'm going to show y'all my nails in a minute with that shine gone, because I didn't want any product to be on the nail. So I just removed that gently with that sponge file. Because that's like has a little bit of grit on. Look, I'm like, what? Click, click, click. So I'm just going to get this top coat, y'all. We almost finished, y'all. This video is not going to be long. But I just decided to leave this top coat so y'all can see it, because to me, it's just like that top coat, that final part is so satisfying when you add that and you be like, oh, what? That top coat. So we just gonna watch. I'm gonna add the top coat to all the fingers. Look at that. Ooh, y'all, this was so easy. Oh my goodness, y'all. I thought it was gonna be a hot mess. Like, I'm gonna end up spending more money because I'm gonna go to some nail salon and say, can y'all take these off? I don't know what I did to myself. Can you take them off? But y'all didn't have to do that. That prayer, see, God be listening. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So I'm just putting that top coat on there. So I'll let y'all watch and I'll be quiet. Do y'all see this? Look at this. I cured it. I think it's for 30 seconds with that light. Look at this. Look how soft and light with just a little hue of pink. And I added a top coat on the bottom and I cured that as well. Nice and flat. And the nail is so sturdy and thick. I took off that light so you can see it in natural light. So it's this nice pink. Y'all remember the American manicure when you used to get your nails done with the acrylic? Like, you had the American and then you had the French. That's like an American manicure. So you got the Model 1s, Cuticle Oil. And I just love this Cuticle Oil thing. It's so convenient. This little bitty pen. It's got the brush on the end. And the other side, it has just this little turn gauge that gets the oil out. And once you pump it out enough on the other side to get the oil going, you want to make sure that you just gently, I just got a little bit more oil. I'm like, let me get a little bit more. And that oil came out. It was like, okay then, I'm coming, dang. So I just put it on the cuticle and I'm just amazed, like, wow. I'm just putting it on the cuticle. Look, I'm not getting sponsored. Nobody paid me. Nobody called me. Nobody DM me on Instagram. I'm just a curious beginner person with these polygels just like you. I wish I was getting paid, but I'm not. I'm riding a wave of people who did trial and error. I watched so many videos and I'm like, man, I can do this. I'm just putting that oil on there, just rejuvenating my cuticle because it's been exposed to so much stuff, filing and dust and all this other stuff. So that oil replenishes that. It's really important, y'all. Do not skip the step. I think what also helps is that I had that hydrating primer kit, because that's protecting not only your natural nail, but it's helping the stuff work even better. I'm just rubbing that in, and I made sure to put extra oil so I can rub it on my hands, because at the very beginning when I did the nail prep, you have to wash your hands. It told you don't put any oil on your hands, so my hands are super dry and ashy. Okay, so I'm just using the rest of that excess oil and I'm rubbing it on my entire hand and replenishing my hands, you guys. Yes, and the oil has no smell. It's just like a light kind of clean smell. And I have look at that, y'all. Look at this. Look, do y'all see this? No filing, no drill, nothing. If you got friends that's just like, girl, I don't know if that's gonna work, child, I don't know if that's gonna work, give them the link to this video and be like, okay, Bunny did it, you can do it too. Bam. Look at that at the bottom, and it looked like it's wet. Right? And I see how people, if you want to get that nail drill at the bottom to drill it at the bottom, you can, but it was already popping. You have to follow these steps. I followed them to a T, and I had these results. Me trying to skip steps. Now they do have that little cured lamp, but you have to have more wattage to make sure it gets hard enough. That pink one is just to cure it real fast so it'll stick. Y'all, you know how you get new nails, you gotta talk, be like, period. You gotta use your nails and be like, yes. That's what I was doing. We having a meeting today? What's going on? How y'all doing? But what she say? Oh, yes, it's very important. Clap, clap, clap. Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm just like in a maze, like, did they lie? No, they didn't lie. And then the cherry on the top, you guys, I put everything back in that convenient bag. All of the colors back in there. I'm going to put it right back in the box where it was, that at the bottom. All my supplies right there, because I'm a neat freak. You heard me? I do not like stuff all over the place. Putting the AC adapter back in the little thing. Putting the lamp back in there. Cover that up. Boom. Because we want it to last as long as possible. Putting that in there. Boom. Closing it back up. Did they lie, y'all? Did they lie? Oh, I was struggling to close that box. Okay. Them other ones lie? No, they didn't. They didn't. My other ones, I got this on sale. The price went up, y'all. Y'all better hear me get y'all one. That's all, folks. I'm cute now. That's it. Tell me what y'all thought. Until next time, y'all check out some of those shows. All right? And movie, television show recaps. You will not be disappointed. Go on that playlist, check out that pinned comment. I got a whole bunch of stuff linked so y'all can look at it. If you're not into polygels and you just want a nice manicure, I got a video for that. If you want to know how to use false nails that you get from the store and you just want to use a base coat and wear that for 2 weeks, I got that too. I got you. Look at that pinned comment and just look at all that stuff. I got all the details. If you have any questions, let me know. I respond to everybody as quickly as I can. Please respect one another in the comments. It's okay to agree, to disagree. If you say, Bunny, that looks like trash, then say that. I mean, let me know. Don't have me walking around looking crazy. I'm probably going to cut these down because I do have to type. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have to cut them down. But I was just showing y'all straight from the rip how it looked. So y'all let me know. I loved it. I was just amazed. I will have a follow-up video. And I know a lot of people be saying, oh, I'm going to do a follow-up video, and you don't hear nothing from them ever again for years. And you're like, really? I really don't even care no more. But I have an amazing track record on my channel. I do follow-ups very quickly. So when these nails start cracking and popping off, honey, best believe I'm going to show a video and be like, hey, y'all, this lasted a week. This lasted 2 weeks, 3-4 weeks. I have a feeling these nails are going to be here to stay, honey, because they are on here. Kind of scared about how I'm going to get them off. But I'm going to let them last as long as they can, because I need to see how they're going to work with me washing the dishes, me cleaning up, me washing my hair. So I need to see in everyday life how long they're going to last. I have the follow-up video for everything. I have follow-up videos for DIYs, how to get rid of strawberry legs. I got you. Y'all just have a good day. I hope y'all like this video. Until next time, I'm May.